you've seen it everywhere. The beautiful loaves on Instagram, the satisfying score videos, someone pulling a perfect golden crust out of the oven and making it look so easy. And something in you thinks, I want to do that. So you look it up, and within 10 minutes, you're staring at Dutch ovens, bannetons, hydration percentages, stretch and fold schedules, levain builds, bulk fermentation timelines, you name it. And the part of you that just wanted to make bread for your family is now wondering, is this actually even worth it? How did anyone do this every single day for centuries? And I can't even figure out where to start. Hi, I'm Sandra. I've been baking bread for over 20 years and teaching sourdough for the past 6 years. I made this video because I wish someone had sat down with me early on and just been clear with me about it all. So stay with me, because by the end of this, you're going to feel two things: relieved and equipped. So last week, a woman walked into my sourdough workshop and told me, this is my one last time. Maybe you know that feeling. She had a starter. She made decent loaves, but sourdough wasn't part of her life. It was the thing she kept trying to fit in, and it kept not fitting. It was too unpredictable, too time consuming. She bought all the equipment, watched the videos, followed the instructions, and she still didn't feel like she knew what she was doing. And as I walked her through my method, I watched something happen. Her jaw dropped. Her shoulders came down. She relaxed. I saw hope in her eyes because she realized sourdough could fit into her life. She didn't have to fit her life into sourdough. She felt relieved. That moment, that's what's waiting for you too. So picture this: your kitchen smelling like a bakery on a Wednesday morning, a warm loaf on your counter that you made with 4 ingredients and 12 minutes of your time. That's not a fantasy, just what this looks like every week. Is making sourdough at home worth it? Well, that depends. Here's what people find when they get there. The sourdough bread tastes better. Not just sourness, just lighter, more satisfying than anything made from the grocery store. And even compared to non-sourdough homemade bread, it's just better. There's a depth of flavor in a naturally fermented loaf you simply cannot replicate any other way. It's gentler on your body. The slow fermentation process naturally breaks down some of the harder to digest parts of wheat. And a lot of people who struggle with regular bread find sourdough sits so much better. That's just what fermentation does when you give it time. And beyond the taste and the health, there is something deeply satisfying about pulling a loaf out of your own oven, something a grocery store shelf cannot give you. The smell of it, the warmth of it, the fact that you made it with your own hands from 4 simple ingredients, that feeling is real and it does not get old. But this is the part that nobody talks about. It is only worth it if you can actually fit it into your life. So you don't have to be more organized, more available, or more patient than you already are. You just need a process that works with your life instead of against it. So bread baking is one of the oldest life skills in human history. For generations, people made bread every week, not as a hobby, not as a wellness trend, just as part of taking care of their families. It was normal. It was simple. It was just part of life. Passed down at the kitchen counter, mother to daughter, without a recipe card or a Dutch oven or a YouTube tutorial. And somewhere along the way, we lost it. Not because it got harder, but because we were sold convenience. Packaged bread, stores shelves full of options, fast and affordable and always available. And for a while, that felt like progress. But now we're feeling what that cost us in our health, in our connection, in our food, in the skills we used to just know. We want it back, and that instinct is worth honoring. The problem is we're trying to reclaim something ancient through a commercial lens. Most methods being taught online were designed for professional bakers or built for content. They look beautiful. They're technically correct, but they were never designed for your kitchen, your schedule, your family. You show up wanting something simple and real, and you're handed something complex and precise. And that voice creeps in. How did anyone do this every day and I can't get one loaf right? Well, this method, this skill belongs to you. It always has. And it's simpler to reclaim than anyone has made it seem. If you've already been down this road, this part is just for you. If there's a banneton sitting on your shelf you've used twice, in a Dutch oven you bought specifically for sourdough, months of researching and trying, troubleshooting, and you're still not where you want to be, I see you. And none of this was wasted. These tools are wonderful. These methods work. The people teaching them are talented and knowledgeable. Here's what I've seen work with hundreds of brand new bakers. Starting with all of that before you have a feel for the dough gets in the way. You end up managing equipment instead of learning the process. You're focused on the tools before you understand what they're for. You focus on the schedule before you acknowledge the dough. So learn what fermentation looks like first. Learn what good dough feels like. Make a few loaves and let them teach you something. Then go play with the Dutch ovens and the bannetons and the tools once you understand what they're for. They'll make so much more sense and be so much more enjoyable to your process when you already have the foundation underway. Here's how it actually works in my real week. When I have about half a loaf of bread left, I know my family has a couple days before we're out. So I also know I have a day or two before I need to start baking. Let's say it's Monday and there's half a loaf on the counter. Monday, I'll then check my starter. Maybe feed it if it needs it. Tuesday, I mix my dough and I put it in the fridge. Wednesday or Thursday, I pull it out, shape it, and bake it. Fresh bread by midweek. No special planning, no rearranging my day. The bread just fits into what's already happening. And if life shifts, so like if Tuesday gets away from me, the dough is just going to sit in the fridge and wait. It's not going anywhere. I come back to it when I'm ready. The bread works around your week, not the other way around. Total hands-on time from start to finish, including mixing, shaping, scoring, getting everything out and putting everything back, plus washing the dishes, 12 minutes. 12 minutes is less time than it takes to drive to the store. And the rest is fermentation, doing what fermentation has always done. Your job is mostly just not interrupted. So the bakers who are still baking a year from now, 2 years, 5 years from now, they're not the ones with the most equipment or the best equipment or the most precise method. They're the ones who found rhythm that fit their actual life, a process that became second nature, something they do on a Tuesday evening while dinner is on the stove and the kids are doing homework, something that just is woven into the week, something they're still doing in 5 years, something they teach their children or their neighbor or the woman at church who keeps asking, how do you always have fresh bread? Sourdough is worth it when it fits, and it absolutely can fit. One method, simple tools, less thinking, and more doing. If you want that moment where sourdough finally clicks and fits into your actual life, that's exactly what the Bread and Butter Way is built for. Your first step is free. Grab the beginner sourdough roadmap in the link below, and I'll walk you through exactly where to start. And when you're ready to go deeper, come find us at thebreadandbutterway.com. I'll be right there. Thank you for spending some time with me today. It really means a lot that you're here.